We are live, everybody. Welcome in to the RXFL. Another battle here in Week 16 as we are closing in at the end of the Week 16 regular season. We're just a few games away before moving on to Week 17, which will wrap this whole thing up as we prepare for postseason play. We've been hyping it up the last couple of weeks. Postseason on the line in many of these playoff games, and this afternoon's game is going to be no different. 8-6 Toronto Huskies, 8-6 Redwoods of Sacramento, and the Redwoods have been on quite the losing streak as of late. We're going to look at what their streak has been. I think they've lost 5 in a row. As we look at the rankings here, I want to say we're going to look at they're in the East? Yes, Huskies, they are clinging on to playoff life here. Obviously, a victory here would all but clinch their division. That would put them at 9-6, and with one game left to go, it depends on what Dublin does, but it would be pretty tough for Dublin to come in and overtake the division here for the Toronto Huskies. On the other side of things, out west, it's pretty much Dunyan rings for the Redwoods for getting that first place spot. They were in first place for a while, but what did them in? You see the difference here. 3 wins in a row for the LA Kiss, 4 losses in a row for the Sacramento Redwoods. The Redwoods were 8-2 at one point. They have lost 4 in a row. They're 8-6, and they're battling. They're still ranked number 11th, but they're battling it out now in a log-jammed American division. So let's look at where we got things here. We can safely wrap up here the Armadillos, the Monarchs, and the LA Kiss as your bids here. Now you got 3 spots that are still open. So these are going to be your division winners because you got the South, the North, and the West. You have to think the Huskies in the East are going to take up one of those playoff spots. So it's pretty much down to the Lancers and the Redwoods, Celtic Tigers, and an outside shot, the London Bulldogs as well. You got these 8-8 teams as well that still have a chance at the postseason. So this is a big game between 2 8-6 games. We still have a really good schedule coming up as we got our Patreon Sunday night game between the Philadelphia Benjamins and the Dallas Desperados, and then our potential championship preview between 2 teams, top 5 in the Portland Lumberjacks and the Mexico City Golden Eagles. We got Brady Man joining us in the chat. He says, hey, TB and the USFL Championship, who you got, Stallions or Maulers? Wow, interesting choice here. I think obviously you just look at what has happened the last couple of years. The Stallions have got to be your team, right? The Stallions have been the team that have just been rocking and rolling. But you look at this Maulers team, I think you look at how the XFL Championship ended up, and you have a Maulers team that's won 3 in a row going into the championship. They just had that crazy, exciting game in the North Championship that went into overtime, that went back and forth. And sometimes when you come off of a game like that, right, you got all this momentum and it's so hyped up and so exciting. And the game, the week, I forget, it was week 2 or week 3, I think it was. Week 4, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you remember, Brady Man. The Maulers and the Stallions played each other, and it was only like a 4-point game. It was a very tight contest. So I think you obviously got to lean for the Stallions, especially with what they did to a 7-win team in the South Championship game. But you got to look at the Maulers. They got that kind of renegade stuff on their side, where you look at what Arlington did in the XFL Championship, and you think that perhaps a little bit of that momentum, a little bit of that magic is riding with the Pittsburgh Maulers. Absolutely. I want to know, what's your prediction, Brady Man? Who you got in this one? Meanwhile, while we're joining in, you're going to see, of course, a couple of 8-6 teams trying to get those last couple of playoff spots. You're going to see the playoff seedings coming up on your screen, so you'll be able to see who's coming, who's winning, who's losing. We are streaming here today. It is June 28th, and this game will be uploaded onto YouTube. I'll give you the official date here. This game will be uploaded onto YouTube August 18th. So we're almost a full 2 months ahead of schedule. It's June 28th. August 18th is when this game will be uploaded, and you see where the Redwoods, where the Huskies sit. So as always, if you want to get a lot of our streams early and ad-free, patreon.com/TBSports27. We encourage you, though, if you want to join us live, if you want to see all the action live as it happens, chat with us like Brady Man did and talk about the USFL, among other things, you can hit us up at twitch.tv/TBSports27 and hit the follow button. Or if you're watching the August replay here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, help support the channel. We got AEW Fight Forever, which is coming out tomorrow. A lot of folks' reviews and videos have been dropping. Now, if you're watching this one on YouTube, Fight Forever has been out for about 2 months now, but we are streaming this, like we said, June 28th. So we're still running our Patreon promotion, where if we can get 10 new Patreon signups before the end of the month of August. So if you're watching this on YouTube, time is winding down. If you're watching this on Twitch, you still got a full 2 months to help get this done. But time is winding down if you're watching this on YouTube. So sign up. Consider supporting the channel over at patreon.com/TBSports27. And, yeah, let's help bring AEW to life. Let's bring career mode, and let's bring an AEW universe mode show to the channel, a second wrestling show. You guys, with your support, can help that happen with 10 new Patreon signups before the end of the month of August. So let's see if we can't get that done. We'll do our Patreon shout-outs here, and then we'll get to the game, as we like to shout out at the beginning of each of our streaming sessions. I think we're going to start doing streaming sessions as opposed to each video that comes out on YouTube. So we're starting a streaming session here. I know I've kind of gone back and forth. Is that John Voight, the John Voight car? Beginning of the streaming session, so we give our verbal shout-outs to our Patreons. A big thank you to Justin Russell, Mr. Maple, Jonathan Harrigan, and Kay Duckman. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon supporters at the highest level. And it's almost July. If you guys are watching this live on Twitch, it is almost July. So you guys will be able to participate in the July poll. And we're going to put up the thread over on Patreon, and you guys can say in the thread what you guys want to see on the channel. Do you guys want to see more football? Look at that punt. That was a thing of beauty. More football. Do you want to see wrestling? We haven't done hockey in quite some time. At least our Red Wings. We're doing our XHL, which is our Legends Hockey League, over on Patreon. Do you guys want to see NBA Playgrounds? I think I'm going to be hitting NBA Playgrounds once we finish up with this season of the RXFL. I'm going to be hitting NBA Playgrounds pretty hard here to try to get through the season, and among some other things, get some more baseball in the mix too, get another Diamondback season in there. They're doing really good in real life here. Ooh, Alvin Kamara was almost tackled in the end zone here. So we saw the Redwoods kind of stall out there. Randy Moss hoping to have a big impact in this game. Lamar Jackson, last time we saw the Toronto Huskies, had a big game. And again, Kamara almost got stuffed in the back of his own end zone, but he was able to break free. And speaking of XFL, former XFL coach Rod Woodson just got spun right there and couldn't get the tackle on Alvin Kamara. There's Leroy Selman, who was a top draft pick in our previous league, the Revolution League, the RFL. Draw play to Alvin Kamara again. And now he's starting to pick things up. Last week, 87 yards. He could hit that 1,000-yard mark depending on how things go today. And then you're looking at week 17. Alvin Kamara could be looking at a 1,000-yard year, which would be pretty good considering the company that he's in with, Barry Sanders and Walter Payton and all that stuff. Lamar Jackson is gonna take the first down. He took a big hit too. He committed to it. First down though. Lamar Jackson, first down. Toronto Husky is going to be north of the border here. This is the Sunday afternoon game. High snap. Kamara trying to go outside. Spin move, not effective there. We, of course, we got our Sunday night game, which is going to be exclusive to Patreon. patreon.com/tbsports27. The Dallas Desperados and the Philadelphia Benjamins. You're going to see right there 8-6 and 7-7, which have National East implications. Look at that beautiful throw from Lamar Jackson. First down there. And then your Monday night game, we flexed it. We flexed. Originally, the Monday night game was going to involve the Chicago Cougars right there and the Tennessee Oilers. Two teams at 5-9 that are out of postseason contention. So we flexed the Portland and Mexico City game, which you're going to see coming up here. Other big games to keep an eye on as you look at the scores at the bottom of your screen with that loss that you see down there from the Tampa Bay Mutiny. The game with the Atlanta Dirty Birds becomes super important all of a sudden because the Dirty Birds still have a chance to overtake Tampa Bay, which has pretty much remained in first place throughout this season. You see, that's our Monday night game right there, Mexico City and Portland. We got Black CPPL coming in here. What's going on, my friend? Are you a first-time chatter? He said yo. He said yo in the chat. Oh, Alvin Kamara. That 1,000-yard season might be going up in smoke. And there you see the Atlanta, a very winnable game against a down Egyptians team, but a team that has gotten better as of late. All right, we're going to do our kicking rules. If you guys didn't see us previously, in a way to make kicks challenging, I'm going to look at the ceiling and try to land in the middle with my peripherals. So, see how close we get. And we're way off. Boy, this is this experiment might have to go if we start struggling here. We got Aladdis 69 as well joining us. We got a lot of first-time chatters, I believe. Hello to everybody. Hello, joining in. Welcome to the RXFL. Glad to have you here. What brings you guys aboard? What I'm always interested how people stumble across the channel here. Saquon Barkley with the give. And you're going to look at the rosters now coming in. All does 69? All does. All does 69. Alvin Kamara, muscle cramps. We'll sub him out. We'll put old Billy Sims in there until he's ready to come back from the cramps. Otto Graham under center. He's going to drop back for a pass going across the middle, and it's incomplete. Are you kidding me with the drop? Not old ass, but Aldis. Like Nick Aldis? Are you a wrestling guy? Aldis 69. Adidas. All right, third down here for the Sacramento Redwoods. Question still stands, though. Glad to have you aboard. Hit the follow button if you like what you see here and what brought you across our page. How'd you find us? Otto Graham flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to go back across the field to Warfield. He's in the open lane, and he's got a first down. What a throw from Otto Graham and Warfield. You see the numbers on the year. Nothing out of Randy Moss yet. Wait till he gets going. Can the Sacramento Redwoods stop the losing streak? It's tougher for them than it is for the Huskies because a loss for the Toronto Huskies, and they still have a shot to win their division, which means you're the division winner. You get in the postseason, whether the Huskies lose the rest of their games or what. If they stay in first place, you make the playoffs. For the Redwoods, they've lost their grip on first place to the Los Angeles Kiss, and they're kind of battling with the Lancers for one of those last final wild card spots. So Otto Graham, dangerous throw, and that one nearly picked off. Lewis back there. Wow, so third down and 8 here for the Sacramento Redwoods. Still not getting Randy Moss in the mix yet. Now Otto Graham's going to look for Randy Moss, and Moss tried to moss his defenders, and it couldn't happen. So Graham, they're going to settle for the field goal here. All right, we're going to try this peripherals thing one more time. See if it works. I may have made field goals a little too hard on myself. Let's see. How close did we get? Oh, that was a good one. Oh, did he miss it? Oh, my goodness. Am I hitting it too soon? All right, I might have to get rid of this little experiment. I was trying to make kicks harder, but now it's just too stupid because we're really missing them here. Oh, my God. So my kicking experiment needs to go because I think that's like 4 kicks in a row that I missed. I don't know any other strategy. It's either they're going to miss, they're going to be stupid and they're going to miss, or I'm going to kick the ball and they're going to just make every kick because kicks are really easy to do in Madden. So Sims comes in the game. He was with the Lions, right? Wasn't he the original Barry Sanders? That's right. It's who I'm thinking of, right? Let's see. Let's look at my depth chart here. I normally have my little shot sheet out. Yeah, Billy Sims. What am I? Let's look. We're gonna do a little football history here. Or am I thinking of like Barry Foster? Billy Sims. Yeah, he was the Lions. Detroit Lions, 80 to 84, and then he got hurt, which kind of messed up. He had a couple 15, close to 1,500 yard seasons. Then he got hurt, and he was number 20. That's what I mean. He was the other Barry Sanders. Yeah, he's wearing 22 here. Yeah, so the original Barry Sanders. Boy, he had the knee injury that forced his retirement, kind of like Terrell Davis had 4 good years and then went right out, which was crazy. Tried to comeback season with the Lions. Didn't work out. In 84, rushed for 687 yards. Wow. All right, well, there you go. Well, he's got his shot here. Billy Sims in the RXFL. Lamar Jackson, play action fake, and he gets sandwiched by Leroy Selman. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer top pick. He would love to be in that creamsicle again with the Tampa Bay Mutiny. But he's here in the green and brown, and Lamar Jackson barely got the play fake off. And Leroy Selman crunched him into the ground here. So 3rd and 12 in what's been a defensive battle here. Jackson out of the pocket. He's got an open man, and he gets sucked into a Madden animation here. Marlon Humphrey comes in and gets the sack, and boy, Lamar Jackson had an open man down the field, but god darn, these animations just take too long. Oh my goodness, and he just gets sucked into a sack animation and goes right down. So these defenses, they came to play here in week 16 in the RXFL. Josh Cribbs on the return, hits that spin move. Look at Cribbs. Oh, staying on his feet, Cribbs. And then finally gets driven into the turf here. 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, and what's been a defensive showcase so far between the Redwoods and the Huskies. The give is to Saquon Barkley, who bounces outside, then tries to cut back inside, and just gets at they're going to put him right at the 50-yard line there. So there you go. 2nd and 6. Looking, they're going to pass it here. And Graham's going to look for Randy Moss, who I think had 1 foot out of bounds. You can see, ooh, I don't know who pushed him. If you're watching on YouTube, rewind that back. You can't rewind back on Twitch. But my goodness, someone shoved Randy Moss, which is not what you want to do. 3rd down and 6 here. And it's interesting to see Otto. Look at this. Oh, Warfield incomplete. Otto Graham's going to be 2 of 7, and we've been impressed with Otto Graham the few games we did of the Redwoods. They've pretty much been like Otto Graham. His passing completions, passer rating has been up there. Look at this beautiful punt, another one that's going to put the Huskies way back. Otto Graham, typically his completion percentage is on the high side, so it's interesting to see him struggling here. And I mean, it just goes with the theme of how many losses the Redwoods have taken, this downward spiral they've taken. There goes Billy Sims, who's still in for the muscle cramped ridden Who was in there, bro? I can't even remember. I can't even remember who got muscle cramped. Who was in there? Not Barkley, because he's on the other side. Well, Sims is in there now. It was Alvin Kamara. That's right, Mr. Kamara. I'll say one thing, too, that the Redwoods have done an excellent job of is they've contained Lamar Jackson. He hasn't gotten to really get out of the pocket and run. There's Anquan Boldin, who maybe, I mean, I think people, I just say this, I guess, as a Cardinals fan. I think you can kind of put Anquan Boldin on that same list of as good as Randy Moss. I mean, Randy Moss he's kind of on that peak, and a lot of people talk about him, but Anquan Boldin, I mean, he took, think of the franchises he helped get to a Super Bowl. Like, he was on the Ravens, he was on the 49ers, he took the Cardinals, you know. He got some solid, that was a 1-2 punch with him out there, Anquan Boldin and Larry Fitzgerald, and Kurt Warner just gunslinging it. My goodness. So Anquan Boldin in there. Billy Sims takes it. He's done really good here in relief. 30 yards so far on the ground. Good to see Billy Sims. You guys only got to see a quick 4-year career, but he's here in relief in the RXFL. Lamar Jackson now. He's going to roll out, and there goes a run and a first down run. Only the second time Lamar Jackson's able to break loose. Is Aldous? Are you still here, my friend? Do you have a favorite football team?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
There's the give to Sims once again. And Aldous does not. Okay. Well, maybe we can help find you an RXFL team here. We can get you a favorite team in the relocation Football Legends League. Second down. This is the perfect time to be joining us because it's playoff time. Jackson on the run. Touchdown. What a throw. Fred Bolitnikoff. Unbelievable. 38 yards, and Lamar Jackson breaks the deadlock right there. That was a hell of a throw. Bolitnikoff as well. You want to spread some of the credit around. He had the speed, got around now. They're going to look and see if that ball bobbled around, but I kind of hate that crap in football. If he catches it, if he had his foot on it, it's a catch. So there you go. Huskies strike first, and a victory here for the Toronto Huskies at 8-6. Like I said, all but would clinch, I would have to believe, the division for them and put them in the playoffs. For the Redwoods, though, a loss really puts them in a bad spot, and what a turnaround it would be. Not only an epic collapse for the Redwoods, but if the London Bulldogs, who a lot of people had pegged based on their roster when the season started to be the team that was going to win it all, if the Bulldogs can turn their season around and sneak into the playoffs, that would be amazing. And there were a lot more London Bulldog games. Like, you got plenty of them here. I think like 5 or 6 times we streamed the London Bulldogs. You probably would have had a lot more of them if they had lived up to that hype, but a lot of their games got flexed out here just due to the nature of how their season went. Randy Moss is there, left wide open, and there's going to be your first catch of the ball game there for the great Randy Moss. He's got 1,000 yards on the year. First and 10. Otto Graham going to Randy Moss again, and the first down right across the middle. Alvin says, I don't know American football, but it's fun to watch Dreams for. Yeah, glad to hear that. Where are you from, my friend? If you're you say American football is kind of new to you. Obviously, we do have a Denver Broncos, which is an NFL team. Not sure how much of the familiarity that you have with the American teams, but we do have our Denver Broncos franchise, which is the NFL teams. This is our relocation league. So we're using actual real-life NFL legends, but we're kind of using our made-up relocation teams, and then we're using some NFL teams where we change the uniforms and kind of change the names around. Oh, Otto Graham. Look at this. Graham on the run here. And he's going to slip out of bounds. Lithuania. Wow. I think you might be our first Lithuania viewer. That's awesome. Well, hope you enjoy the league. Do you watch the European League at all? That just kind of came back. You know, they had NFL Europe for a number of years, and then it went away. NFL got rid of it in the mid-2000s, but it's back. And a lot of those teams, they kind of bought the naming rights. So the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Rhine Fire. There's a touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Cologne is in there. Berlin. Barcelona. So a lot of those teams made their return. I mean, I know they stream, I think, a lot of the games too, or they have a kind of like a package thing that you can purchase and you can watch all the games. So it's pretty cool. I've seen a couple of the highlights on Twitter. I haven't actually gotten to watch any of the games. I used to keep up with it quite a bit in the day. I always liked Berlin, just their colors, the gold, black, and blue. But after the XFL, there really wasn't a spring football league for some time. So it was NFL Europe, and then, of course, we had the UFL for a while, and the AAF, and now we got the USFL. We were spoiled this year. We had football year-round. All right, well, after a pretty defensive-filled first half here, we're looking at a 7-7 ball game, and I have a good feeling this one, it's going to be pretty competitive right down to the wire. It's going to be a slugfest down to the end. There's some huge blocking, and we got Butler in there now, not Sims. So which Butler is this? See, I don't even know. We're going deep right now. The Huskies and these muscle cramps, they've really taken Alvin Kamara out. Cannonball Butler. Wow, let's Google it. That's a name right there. Cannonball Butler. Jim Butler. From 65 to 72. Old school era, man. He went to one Pro Bowl. The leading rusher on the Falcons. His Wikipedia entry is very short. The leading rusher for the Falcons each of his 4 seasons selected to the Pro Bowl. Like, that's all his Wikipedia entry says. Well, let's get some love. Billy Sims comes back in here now. Let's get Cannonball Butler some love. Coach Carver High School, was that in Montgomery? Oh, in Atlanta. There's a Carver High School in Montgomery that I've been to a bunch of their games before. All right, well, here we go. Jackson. Oh, these crossing routes between Boldin and Randy Moss, they're tearing some folks up. So what we do, I know this is your first time, Aldis, joining in. We upload these videos onto YouTube. We stream them live on Twitch, so we allow people that if they want to chat with us or hang out with us, you can do that on Twitch. But we upload them on YouTube, and we break them up into parts because the YouTube algorithm will recommend videos to other users based on, basically, it's kind of the Game Grumps formula. I don't know if you watch Game Grumps at all on YouTube, but they kind of hit that sweet spot, is that 30 to 45 minute mark where the YouTube algorithm will pick up on the videos based on views and likes and subscriptions, which is why we always ask people if they can throw a subscription and throw a like, even if they never watch another one of our videos. If they subscribe, they can at least help the YouTube algorithm pick this up. Jackson is going to roll out and then throw it. Bolitnikov for the second time is in the end zone. Jackson and Bolitnikov, they're on the same page, folks. Wow. Yeah, so it helps that the YouTube algorithm will pick up on things. So we were streaming previously on YouTube, and the videos would be between an hour and 2.5 hours, but the views would be very low. Like, it wouldn't, YouTube, unless a video is like a big hit, it's usually not going to recommend a video that's hours long. Like, go on your YouTube recommendations right now. Unless a video's got a lot of views, you're not going to see a video that's a couple hours long. So obviously playing a football game such as this is going to take more than an hour. So what we do is we break this up. So this stream at the end of the first half is going to stop, but we're going to start up a second stream. And if you're following us here on Twitch, hit the follow button and hit the notification bell as well. Is it a bell on Twitch? Or whatever the notification tab is, and you'll get notified when we go live again, and we're going to go live in just a couple of minutes, so we'll cut this stream, and that way it'll be a nice little 30-minute package for the YouTube upload here, because we export directly from YouTube from Twitch right to YouTube, so it's perfect. And YouTube is TV Sports 27 Sports Gaming. That is me, and it's all the replays, so everything that you get right here is going to be uploaded onto YouTube. So we give folks the opportunity. They can join us live here on Twitch, and then we upload everything on YouTube. So you'll see this stream uploaded on YouTube in late August. So it's a chance not only to see everything early, but and that was almost picked off. It's a chance to watch it live and to see everything early with us. But if you're not able to be here and watch it live, that's why we do have the YouTube upload. So like I said, this stream will stop at the end of the first half, and then we're going to start up the second half stream. So jump back in, follow with us on Twitch, and when that notification bell goes off, that was supposed to be a play action fake, and the issues of the Sacramento Redwoods are continuing right now, because that was a busted play that did not work how they like. Jump into the new stream that's going to start just literally probably seconds, less than a minute after this stream stops. And like I said, we mainly do that for the YouTube algorithm. I tried to do streams where I would just do one continuous stream, and then I would download the VOD and cut it up using an app on my phone, but the app on the phone is just so inconsistent, and it was giving me so many issues, and it's a lot. It's really time consuming as well to download the file, cut it up, re-download the file, upload it to YouTube. Like, you imagine doing it like that, where with this method, I can just stop the stream, start a new one, and then when the streaming is over, I just go to the export button, export part 1, export part 2, schedule it for a YouTube upload, and boom, there we are. So look at this. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. Marlon Humphrey has it, and he is in the end zone. What a big momentum shift on a crossing pattern that went awry, as the two defenders, the two wide receivers kind of ran into each other. The ball was bobbled around, and Marlon Humphreys was there, took it in, and took it into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. What a blunder. And we're seeing that on both sides now. Offensive blunders. I think both defenses are playing pretty well, but both offensive had some blunders. Ladies and gentlemen, this is as good. This Week 16, you can almost say this is the playoffs. This Week 16 has had playoff implication games from top to the bottom, and it even included a bonus game with the Tampa Bay Mutiny and the St. Louis Rhinos. All this is going to go to bed. Okay, 3:17, my goodness. Well, have a good rest, my friend. Like I said, follow along, hit the follow button. Please join us again, and I assume you subscribed with us on YouTube. We appreciate that as well. And glad to have you here. That was awesome having you hang out with us. We appreciate it, and always love having new followers coming on board. So we appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. Brand new TV sports fan. Jackson, dangerous throw to Anquan Boldin. It's caught, and they're gonna take a timeout. Let's see. Let's look at our Twitch followers. I think we can do some shout outs here. How do you look at? Can you do that on the mobile app? I can never remember on the mobile app if you can look at subscribers or not, which is kind of annoying. Let me do a little pause. I know everyone's gonna hate that. There used to be a way. This little button here. Broadcaster, moderator, community, viewers. No. The Twitch app kind of sucks compared to... maybe you could do it in the actual web version. It's so annoying that the Twitch app kind of sucks. But then the web version's like halfway decent here. I want to get some shout-outs because we did have quite a few new followers here on Twitch. So you know what? They called a timeout, so we're taking a timeout here. Come on, Twitch app. Channel. I want to see new followers. I want to see. Golly, this app. It's like the app and the web version for Twitch are two completely different things, which really is a pain in the neck. It really makes things hard. Channel settings, channel. Let's see. Featured content, brand. No, I want to see recent subscribers, rewards. This no. Extensions. I'm clicking on everything. This looks like people. Roles. Oh, followers list. Here we are. Followers list. Yes. So we had Aldis69 join us. Alpha Sapphire as well. I think joined us. So yeah, we're getting a good number. We're almost up to our 100 followers mark here on Twitch. So help us hit that goal. We're almost at 100 on Twitch, almost at 1,000 on YouTube. We're creeping closer and closer every day. And Jackson's going to take this one himself out of bounds. I've been pleased with the last couple. Now, I mentioned right now our Legend of Zelda uploads are going up on YouTube. And I mentioned the first couple of Legend of Zelda videos that we dropped. They did not perform well. The viewership was not that good. And so I was kind of wary about, look at Jackson just escaping here. And finally, he's going to throw it. And it's caught by Nix. Now they're going to use that last timeout, so they got to be kind of careful here, all end zone stuff. But yeah, I mentioned how the videos did not perform too well, but I'm happy to say the last couple of Zelda videos that have dropped, they've performed much better, much better, hundreds and hundreds of views. So I'm really, really happy about that. Oh my goodness, that is going to be a catch in bounds. And they might run out of luck here. They could maybe get one more play, and they are. Wow. Now, they didn't have enough time to send the field goal unit on, and they were looking for Anquan Boldin, which is about as good as you can get. Wow. So they're going to run out of time. So maybe we'll see a lot more Legend of Zelda on the channel coming up here. Since the last couple videos have performed much better. We still haven't uploaded my Legend of Zelda where I kind of freaked out and got mad at the game. So, all right, that is going to do it here. That is going to wrap up part 1. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to our new followers, Aldis69 as well. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed what you saw here, hit the follow button like Aldis did on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and do consider checking us out at Patreon at patreon.com/TBSports27. You're getting an exclusive game. The Desperados and the Philadelphia Benjamins will be uploaded exclusively to Patreon. So be on the lookout to that, and we'll see you guys for the second half of this one tomorrow.